Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Stephanie Stevens Show. I am Stephanie Stevens, and I will be your host for the next 35 to 45 minutes. Today on the show, we have the amazing Russell Hess, comedian, celebrity impersonator, and all-around activist. And he's going to talk to us today about the comedy world in the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community. So I want to just say welcome to the show today, Russell. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you? You
I
look
am
gorgeous.
wonderful. I am wonderful. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Just I put a little something on for you. You know.
I
So
did. I got my little new hat. I just thought, isn't it pretty?
I know I love the hat. It's great. I was gonna mention that. I love it. Where did you get it?
I got it at Walmart for $1.50 on the clearance.
Oh, well, it's
I
cute.
am the clearance queen. I am the queen, honey.
Oh, you're just like me, honey. Every chance I live alone, so every chance I get, I shop at the dollar store or the thrift store. I have no shame. Doesn't matter how much money I make, I always never forget the Goodwill or the Salvation Army. I always seem to end up there. I have some great stuff in my place from those places, so nothing wrong with being thrifty. You know, at our age, we need to be careful with the dollars. Now, the reason I asked you on my show today is because I found your story rather interesting. When I looked around your pages, I found your life was interesting. But when you messaged me and said that you would like to talk about the certain things that I put up on the wall, and I want to focus on the comedy. Now, as you know, when did you where are you actually from?
I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. So you live in Polk County now?
I live in Polk County, Florida.
Okay. Well, I'm from Orlando, Florida. I just been living in Canada 30 years. And now, why did you leave Ohio? Did you leave Ohio to go to Polk County for a job or something?
I left Ohio because my mother was in government and I was gay, and she was a stern Republican. And actually, she died hating me, so that's another story altogether. But
Hmm.
I did it so I wouldn't ruin her career and I could be myself. And I moved to Orlando
Oh,
at
okay.
first.
Now, when did you started doing comedy? Let's talk about the comedy just for a minute. I'm going to go back to a few things to sort of set this, put the, make it all make sense for everybody. When did you start doing comedy? When did you know you were a comedian?
I did comedy when I was, actually, I noticed I was funny in junior high because I was very, you would hard to believe it now, look at me because I'm kind of large, but I was very thin and skinny and I got picked on a lot. So the only weapon I had was my tongue. And I had a lot of quick wit and got myself out of a lot of situations. And then one
Hmm.
day, when I was very early, I don't know if you remember a show called Star Search, this
Hmm.
Star Search got on and didn't go far, but still, I got on. And, it kind of went from there because once you've been on TV, you get into clubs and things. But, well, actually, I was of age because back in the day, you could be 18 and be in the bar. So, not
Hmm.
like it is now.
So how many shows have you actually been on? Anything that we recognize, like you said, you were on Star Search,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I was on Star Search. I auditioned for America's Got Talent not too long ago. Made it to round three.
hmm.
I haven't really been in a lot of TV shows per se. I have because I also did drag, and so I kind of went that route.
Hmm.
Basically, I just want to be on stage and be the center of attention because I was a lonely child and a spoiled brat for a lot of some parts of my life, and I like entertaining people, and I it's nice that they're laughing with me instead of that.
Oh, wonderful. Now, is there a market in the LGBT two spirit community for a gay comedian?
Um, there is a lot of gay comedians here in Florida,
Hmm.
um, and a lot of gay friendly comedians here in Florida. Um, I've met quite a few, and there's actually a a gay comedy thing that was in Orlando that was on Mills Avenue. I forget the name.
Mm-mm. Well, the only place I know in Florida that has shows is the Parliament House in Southern Nights.
Yeah, okay. This was just like a regular nightclub that, lately the nightclubs are kind of fluid here in Florida. So there's straight clubs that and restaurants that do, and Hamburger Mary's are kind of starting now, I think, that do have gay nights and things.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had any problem really too much in a straight bar or like nasty comic.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about, and we all know what it is. It starts with a D. We won't go any further, but we know that's what
Mm-hmm.
it is. And I tried to do it clean. I did it. I took some time off because I had a drinking problem.
Okay.
So and so when I got back in it though, in a 12-step program, I became chairman of the board, and I created this show, the talent show, so to speak, to raise money. And I went back and did stand up for the first time in like 25 years and got a standing ovation. And I'm like, I could do this again. And so I had some time in between things.
Mm-hmm.
You get older, you get wiser,
Mm-hmm. So how are you doing with AA now? How are you doing with that?
Excuse me?
How are you doing with AA now?
I am out of AA.
Okay.
I have got one person that has learned that they can drink sociably.
Mm-hmm.
I went through therapy and found out really why I was drinking. And once that got sick, I don't tempt it, but I will maybe have 4 drinks a month.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, in the entertainment field and mainly in the LGBT community, we do everything, we celebrate everything with drinking and sometimes drinking too much and partying a little bit too much, but it's okay. It's great that you went and got help and things are good. Now, so are you working now doing comedy anywhere?
Yeah, I've been doing celebrity impersonations, but I do it campy. And like now I've been doing Cartman from South Park, and I make a lot of money doing that. And I've been to Hamburger Mary's doing that, and Elton John and a few things. But I'm thinking about going up there doing the finals as a comedian because,
well, that's great that you're going. Where are you going to do the finals at?
Hamburger Mary's in Clearwater.
Oh, okay. I hear it's very popular, Hamburger Mary's Clearwater.
Yeah, it's very popular. Everybody's been. It feels like a second home. My bar I go to is City Side in Tampa. I'm what they call just like royalty, and I started doing comedy there, and then I kind of took it and did different things. But after got out to City Side,
the reason I brought that up is because there's a good friend of mine named Flame Monroe. She's a transsexual. Well, the gay community in around the world she's having some issues with them because she has 2 children, and she sort of during the day she kind of lives and looks, like a male, even though she has the aesthetics of a woman, and in the community has a problem with her speaking on their behalves of the trans community in comedy with the way she does the skits, meaning she's focusing on the ideas coming from a transsexual's point of view. That was the reason I asked you, is because I want to know if you heard of her, because she's doing really well in the comedy world. And I actually spoke to her a couple of times. She watched a lot of my shows. She thinks I'm very funny. And I told her that I started my career emceeing most shows. I always did drag very easily, but I'm very good on the microphone. And we were trying to put together maybe a trans comedy troupe, or review not in a small sense, not the kings of comedy or the queens of comedy. So this was another reason I reached out to you, is because I knew you were part of the Two-Spirit pronoun community. Now, I see that you've been married for 30 years.
Yes. 5 legal.
How does that affect your career?
I gave up doing shows originally, because I was a drag queen originally, and I did the comedian part because honestly, it made me a better host, and also it was good money. I got paid that, but he got jealous and possessive a little bit because people were touching me inappropriately. They did that back in the 90s, 80s. Not, you know, and I'm like, look, it's part of the act. You got to get over that. But you know, I loved him, and but I'm back now, and he's settled it fine. There's a, you know, look, we've been together 30 years, okay? Ain't nobody taking me away from him, you know, and I'm not going anywhere. So
well, you know, that's a good thing
secure.
that you you show the world that the LGBTQ Two-Spirit pronoun community can have solid and loving relationships. It's good to see that he supports you, but sometimes the touching and all of that, we understand that it's inappropriate, but sometimes it just comes with the business and how you deal with things. And it's good that you handle it in an adult way. I always do that. Before most of my relationships I've had were long relationships. So working in the bars constantly, I always seem to have had an argument with whoever I was involved with because they didn't like people touching me or talking to me. But aesthetically, when you look like a woman and men are just drawn to you, gay men are drawn to pretty things, straight men are drawn to pretty things. People are drawn to pretty things or things that they think are pretty. So it's easy for you to get laid or find somebody that'll buy you a drink or take care of you in a sense. And now, how do you find Polk County for the LGBT community? How is that? What kind of county is that? Is it a supportive county?
Kind of. You have a little bit of support, but for the most part, you are in the South. You are in a redneck community. It has one gay bar in the entire county, and this county is the size of the state of Delaware.
Oh my God!
So it's a huge county. It's pretty much all of Central Florida. You have one gay bar, and you know, we do have a wonderful Polk Pride event. Of course, it got canceled this year, but it's wonderful. It's done in a park, and there's a lot of support. There wasn't any problem. There's a lot of corporate sponsors for it. So there is some, but there's a lot of work to be done, and I plan to do that in the Rainbow.
Oh, okay. Now, when you say that are you actively doing drag now?
I do the celebrity impersonations of Elton John. I'm working on Elvis, and I do camp drag.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll put curlers in my hair, and and do like Carrie Underwood's when he cheats, and have a baseball bat in my hand, and go after a straight boy in the audience. But it's all tongue in cheek and stuff. I don't take it seriously anymore because it's just drag.
Oh, okay. So do you do this live or is this lip sync?
It's lip sync for now, but I can sing.
Okay. Do you ad lib your jokes or do you have them off of an album or something?
It depends. A lot of times I do. What I like to do first is I go in before the show, and I talk to the people in the audience and find out what kind of audience I have. So I have some kind of preparedness to go. I even do that when I do a drag show. But I will ask some questions, and I deal by the response of where I'm going to go. I have a kind of a blueprint. Once I had a glory hole wall, which was really fun.
Now, how do the other comedians there treat you? let's say, is there jealousy or is there rivalry when let's say when you walk into the room, usually if a comedian is famous and he walks into the room, everybody gets nervous or scared. Do you guys work together? Do you embrace each other? Or is there a real competition?
We embrace each other, and each time I walk in the room, I get respect.
Oh, okay. Now, I know that you told me that you were abused sexually. You're a sex abuse survivor. Now, I don't really want to rehash that too much because I don't like to bring bad memories up to people. But are you okay now?
Yes, I'm okay. And I just want to say one thing to anybody that has survived it, that incident does not define you, and it does define who you are, okay? And if you are strong enough to survive it, you are strong enough to live on and help others too who are not as strong and who need help.
Okay. Now, I know this is going to be an odd question to ask you because generally when I'm talking to a man, sometimes I found that when I'm talking to straight men, even some gay men, they don't quite understand because there's so many lingos today about how people identify. How is it that you identify?
I identify myself as human.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest, I'm a gay man. I don't have any problem being called gay. I don't let anybody use any kind of slur to give them any empowerment at all. Okay, it's just, to me, it's just a word, and it shows their ignorance, not who I am. It shows who they are, and I'm kind of happy that people, if they're going to feel that way, tell me up front, so I don't waste my time with you anymore.
Okay. Now I see that you produced a couple of different shows, Bling, and you were the chairman of the Rainbow Room. Now, what is the Rainbow Room and what is Bling? What were those shows?
Okay, Bling is a drag show with a lot of bling. That's usually with celebrity impersonation.
Sounds like me. I love Bling.
A couple of those. Yeah, are you Dionne Warwick, girl? Oh, hi.
Right.
That's so awesome. If I do digital bling, which I'm thinking about, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna, you come on and give me some of that.
Okay.
I usually host if I do Elton, and then I had somebody do Michael Jackson, and somebody does Lady Gaga and all this other stuff. And I hosted my own benefit for Mr. Paul Pride as a bling show, and I did something called Pridesgiving, which we did for the Rainbow Room, which is a nonprofit that helps the LGBT community here in Polk County that gets overlooked, like the homeless youth and the older generation that tends to get overlooked and swept under the rug. And so we're here to help them out and make sure that they have food, they have things that they do need, health care.
Well, that's
and also I like to assist in also if they have substance abuse, because I know that even though I'm not in the 12-step program now, that program did save my life because it taught me how to live. And I don't need to be drunk or stoned. I never really had a problem with drugs. I don't need to be drunk all the time now to be happy. As a matter of fact, I prefer to go on stage sober because I know I'm like, especially when I go in a competition, because I'm going, you know what, I beat you and I did it sober. And that's a big deal for me. I did it sober. Now, sometimes I'll have a shot of Southern Comfort right before I get out if I'm really nervous, but I'm not that nervous anymore. I'm not that nervous. I developed people follow me to Clearwater. I just got a gig in Ocala. People are going to follow me there. So not only can I entertain people, but the club owners, I'm bringing you people that are buying your drinks and your food. So, that makes me more marketable. And I'm wrenching out of my comfort zone a little bit now. So, who knows what I'm going to create next.
Well, it's like I said, it's great that sometimes it took me a long time not to shop until I fall out. And then my parents, before they died, I missed them. They said, you got to have some balance so when you get a little bit older, you have some money left for your old age and your security. But like compulsion and addictions. I had an addiction to shopping. I have an entire extra room full of nothing but drag. You can't even get in there, and stuff I don't need. I will never need, but I always feel that I need it, and I can't stay out of the stores. So, but I've now learned to put the brakes on. I don't need 5 weeks at a time. 2 weeks is enough, unless you're going out of business or something. But it's great that you understood the addiction issue with the alcohol. And a lot of us entertainers have that issue. And it was great. Sometimes we need a little drink or we need a little something to take the edge off, because it's hard to go on the stage every night, night after night, just sober, trying to warm up and get the crowd going. And sometimes you need things to just take a little bit of the edge off. And I'm not here to validate drugs or alcohol, but sometimes we need those things to get on the stage. Mm-hmm. And it was great to see that you had some control and were able to get on the stage and win sober. That's a great thing. And I'm gonna be honest, Russell, I really don't drink very much. I've never done drugs in my life, and I've never smoked in my life. So these are just things that don't interest me. And I am glad I met you, because I'm going to look at some of your stuff, and I think that we could work well together. Now, where do you see, we're in this pandemic now, and there's no money. So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to go back to work? Do you think things are going to get better? Because the bar scene is where we work. I mean, we do festivals and conventions and all these different kinds of things. What's the next place you think we should be looking for work?
There's a lot of bars here in Florida that are just getting their food license so they can be open. I don't see, I'm going to say this, I don't see why a little independent bar can't be open, but Chili's can serve liquor. I do not see the reasoning for that or the rationality behind that. I'm not going to say that it's fair to say this all happened around Pride Week, but maybe. I'm just there. I see that we will probably, I mean, in Hamburger America, we have to wear a face mask, a clear face mask. It's cumbersome. I have worked it into the act though, because we always the creative one. I'm a person that I don't bitch, I don't moan. I look for solutions, and I work with that, because you need to have the positivity. We will be going back to normal, or a new normal. I think at this point, they'll probably just reopen everything and be required to wear a mask. I hope I'm not seeing the bars open before the year.
Oh, okay. I hope it happens, because we got a lot of holidays coming up.
Somebody got to pay the bills.
Yeah. So I mean, we got to open these businesses back up. I don't have to do too much, but I do have to work. You know what I mean? To do a little bit. I mean, I have to do a little something. I don't have to worry about, the roof over my head, thank God. But I need to, have money for other things. And being, it's this, I feel so sorry for the girls who really rely on just drag or being an entertainer for their livelihood. It's a scary time. And mainly those dollars that we would be getting during the show, those tips, that is grocery money for some of us, and and light bill money, and phone bill money. That must be really hurting the girls real bad. So I hope they figure this coronavirus out. I really do believe we should have a vaccine, because I think if we go into the winter months, we're going to have a real problem.
Yeah, I just say too, though, that I'm really grateful for the digital shows I've been doing. I actually did a show for Wisconsin. It is not only on their digital show, they put me on their screen.
Oh.
With my and stuff. So this may be a way to do it. some people think you're good maybe to do you know what, you're working, get your name out there. I'll be honest with you, I've had more booking offerings in the last 4 months than I normally get, because I'm differently. I start looking at punks and kind of got away because of that. It's such a cool place, you know? But you know what? I'll get it again. Because what I have to say, my advice is you just ask, don't make them come to you, because you know what? They're busy trying to run a business. You show them what you can do. You send them videos of you. This is how, you know, so it's you do things, handle yourself, and for God's sake, please keep.
Are you there? Well, today I am talking to Mr. Russell Hess. He's a comic and a comedian from Polk County, Florida. I'm here. And
can
you hear me?
I think it was a solar flare. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
I can't see you, but I can hear you. So, you know, it's a good thing that we're going back to work a little bit now, and hopefully things will get better down the road for us all. And you know, I'm glad that you've overcome a lot of the things that you have overcome, and you're making it work. I love the idea of the virtual shows. But you know, I hope the girls have learned so much from the beginning of doing the virtual shows until now, because I just find that if you do drag in your living room, it just looks kind of silly, mainly if Facebook mutes your music. But for some reason, they seem to have come to some kind of an understanding to where they let some of the song play and then they mute it. So, which is, I guess, is in all fairness, because the artists deserve to be paid for their work, just like we deserve to be paid for our work. Now, what do you think of the virtual shows? Have you seen any really good ones?
The 50s Digital Days, I'm biased, and it's a very good show. I've done some shows digital, but just a lot of people just independent out doing their own thing. I used to claim music, and that usually provided. And also we have Power Infinity's Queen of the Night. There's stuff that's on that. It's very good. So we have a lot of choices, and I'm sure there's hundreds out there I'm not aware of, but you know, there's a lot of places you can go. It's just about keeping your name out there.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that we have these virtual shows. That way people can see what you look like today. So this way people won't say those are old pictures, or that is old promo material. They can see you now live in 2020, what you look like now and everything. So it's a good thing that we are doing the virtual shows, because like you said, it keeps your name out there, and it gives people up-to-date information on what you look like right now. So, and we know you can't be as funny or as fabulous as you would want to be if you were on a real stage with lighting and all of this stuff. So we understand that. Now,
I went out and got the lighting.
What'd you say?
Some sound equipment just so to do better.
Now, you said, when you first said that you were doing your comedy, did you ever seek out an agent?
They seek you out. Like if you're on Star Search or something, they will seek you out.
So how was your?
Most of them are.
Were you with Star Search? Were you with Ed McMahon?
With a man, yeah, I made it through the auditions,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be to me to say,
Oh, well,
and
it
then
was.
they were like
It,
trying to choose one that one three, and then went on TV.
mhm. Well, it must have been a great experience being on that stage.
Yes, it did. And it was, and it was an experience audition for American Talent, not like my WrestleMania name. They said it was copyright infringement, so that's why I added the night. Well, my drag name was Tuesday Night back in the
Oh,
day.
Tuesday
That's
night.
why
Oh,
I
that's a
said
great
Tuesday Night.
name. Tuesday night. I love that.
Yeah, I spelled it differently so it looked like a name on a marquee, but I named after Chen Great Night.
Have you ever done any of the pageants? Have you ever done Miss Continental or any of those?
I didn't. I do any of that. I've done some awards, and actually, I am last money from the Parliament House.
Oh, you did the. Oh, how did you do?
Last one. They stopped doing it after me. I guess I broke the mold.
Well, that's good.
Danced around like a bear in a bun suit.
No. Now, I know Darcel Stevens and Giselle Barbie Royale, and I used to know. I don't know if you ever went to the Parliament House back in the days. I mean, I don't look it, but I'm 60 years old, and I've been doing drag 31 years. And I was back in the days before I came to Canada. I used to hang out with Miss P, Von Gretchen, Letitia Chevron. Who's the other one? There's so many from the Parliament House that I used to
Lori
hang
Del
out
Mar,
with. Who?
Lori Del Mar, Rusty
Oh, Lori
Fawcett,
Del Mar.
Chris
Oh my
Cross.
God, Lori Del Mar. Oh my God. Well, she was the first host before Miss P, right?
Yeah.
And then of course they had Von Gretchen there, and they had the one that had the wooden leg, Apple Love. You remember her? Apple Love.
I think that's when I kind of moved to Polk County because I lived in room 118 at the Parliament House for years.
Oh, really? Did you know what's his name? The comedian
Yeah.
from the Parliament House, Chris Cross.
Yes, I know Chris Cross. Chris Cross gave me my first break.
Oh.
I was I was a little petite little thing, and actually they put me in a talent show, and a couple of lesbians saw me and decided to sponsor me, and took me to Lily Rubin and bought me an evening gown.
Oh my God.
I was like, hi, I was there. I love Chris Cross. I love her. I love Rusty Fawcett. And the drag mom was Geraldine Jones.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Willie Tillman.
Now, I
He
used
lived
to.
next door to me.
Oh, really? I used to hang out so much at the Parliament House. We, my parents, we had a big house in Winter Park, and I used to, and then we got another house in Pine Hills, so I was close. I wasn't too far, a few miles, 10, 12 miles. I think I was from the Parliament House, and I used to go all the time, and I used to hang out sometimes in that back bar there, that country and western little thing they had there, where they sold back in there.
Silver Spurs.
Oh. Oh, back then I was something else, and I wasn't thinking about being a woman at the time. But the Parliament House brings back great memories, mainly by the pool and that little patio they have in the back of the Parliament House, where everybody smokes and hangs out back there. Yeah. By the piano bar, that door you go through into the outside where everybody smokes.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be there years ago. And I remember all those, Parliament House was great for that. And the Orange Grove where everybody parked all their cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about all that all the time and how great those days were. Russell, it was great talking to you, and you shed a lot of light on our lives, and hopefully we will get to work together and do something down there in Florida or wherever. And because there's not much happening up here in Toronto, because even the entire entertainment, all the theaters are closed, all the dancers are out, everything's out of work here. And plus our gay community has depleted. It's just gone to like 2 bars or 3 bars. So, and they're right next to each other. So, and now they're getting ready to put condos in one of the most popular bars spots. So we really don't have much of anything going on in Toronto anymore. So I'm looking to be traveling when all of this pandemic is over, or when the restrictions are lifted. So hopefully we will get to work together, Mr. Russell.
Oh, I love it. I even have something like, if you can do Tina Turner, I can be Elton John, and we can do The Bitches Back.
Oh yes, we could carry on. And I can't stop thinking about the name Tuesday Night. I love that drag name, Tuesday Night. That's amazing.
It is. Well, it's just that drink out at the apartment house. You remember that?
Yes.
Everybody got drunk. $2. I was drunk. I lived there. So I didn't have to worry about driving home. And let me tell you something, though. I never left that bar alone. I'm just saying.
Well, the Parliament House is known for beautiful boys. Mm-hmm. So that was a good thing. Well, I'm going to let you go. And I just want to say thank you so much, sir, for the little insight on it. Now, if people want to reach you, how do we reach you? Like if you want people to book you or see what you do, so you have a YouTube channel or Facebook channel and all that?
Yeah, just the Russell Mania night, or just Russell Hudson. I'll hook them up. They can just go on my Facebook and I'll hook them up.
Okay, well, just send me a link. Send me a link, and I'll put it in our promo.
Okay.
And
I appreciate you too. It's been an honor that you let me be on this and let me share my little war stories. I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome anytime, Russell Hess. Ladies and gentlemen, on the show today, I had Mr. Russell Hess, comic, celebrity impersonator, drag name Tuesday Night. Oh, I love that. And an activist. And it's great to see that he has done so much for the Polk County folks down there, with making sure that Pride happens, making sure that a lot of the older people get the necessities and essentials that they need. And it's great to see that he's been in a 30-year relationship with a partner, and things are going well, and he's reaching out now to do his comedy across the world. And I just want to say thank you to Tuesday Night, or Mr. Russell Hess, for being on my show today. He was fabulous. Thank you, Russell.
You're welcome.
And you guys have a great week. Over and out, everybody. Be safe and wear your mask. Thanks, Russell.